So have you ever noticed that sometimes on the forum you'll be reading a post and someone's name will appear in blue, someone's username, like you can see down here on the right, with an @ sign in front of it? This happens periodically. I'll do another example here where Ellen just did it to me. She wrote an @ sign Forest. And there's actually a good reason for this. It's kind of a helpful tool. I don't know if you've ever been writing a post and you've thought, hey, so-and-so would really like this post. I want to draw their attention to it. You can actually do that just by putting the @ sign and then their username. And what's nice about it is there's a link to the user account if anybody else is reading the thread and wants to see who's been notified. But also it will appear as a little notification up in the upper right hand corner of the screen. Let me show you how that works. I'm going to switch to a different account. This is a special account called ForestVid that I use to make videos. And this shows the notification area. You can see that I've got a couple messages in my inbox and I've got that little red notification saying, hey, I've got 2 new messages. You can also get all sorts of alerts up here saying, hey, someone replied to your thread. Hey, someone liked your thread. All sorts of alerts. It's really helpful. I go there all the time. And one of the things that you can get an alert for is if someone mentions you in a post. So let me demonstrate how that works. So here's just a random thread that I logged in as ForestVid started, and now I'm going to reply as ForestVid, and then I'm going to switch back to my main Forest account, and you'll see that I get an alert for it. I bet that and you just start typing the username with an @ sign, FOR, and it says, oh, we've got a couple usernames whose name begin with FOR, and you can use your arrow keys to select it or your mouse, and you press enter to do the whole thing. Would like this thread. And then you post the reply. And sure enough, it appears as the blue link, and you can click on it to do this. So right now we're currently in the ForestVid account. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch over to the Forest account. Now it'll take a little while for it to be alerted because logged in this window with my Forest account, it's got to connect up to the server and say, hey, have you got any alerts you want to give me? So usually this will take about 15 seconds. I'm going to pause for a moment. I don't know how long it takes usually. I assume it's pretty quick, but I don't know. So it updated as soon as I opened a new window. That's what it took. Anyway, now you can see that. Do you see that little red mark there? I made it go away by mistake. But there is a little note, a little alert for me that says ForestVid tagged you in a post in the thread. Please ignore this thread. And you can see all the other alerts that I've gotten recently. Walt replied to a thread that I had replied to, or that I had posted. He replied to another thread. Tennis Tom did as well. You can show all alerts. You can change your alert preferences when you get an alert. If you want to see all of your alerts, if you forget them, if they go away and you want to find them, you just click on that alerts word. And anyway, when someone clicks on the alert, please ignore this thread, it goes boom, it goes straight to the place where I was mentioned. So this is just a quick way to notify people of threads that you think might be interesting. Of course, there's going to be some etiquette evolved around this. You don't want to overbomb people with @mentions. I'll call them @mentions. So just be aware. If there's a TMS celebrity, someone who might get mentioned a lot, Steve Wozanich, for example, you don't want to bomb him with @mentions. This is something to be aware of. Yeah, I tend to be very, very bad at writing, so please don't @mention me. I'm really just a techie at heart. I'm much happier behind the scenes. But it's a good way to connect, and yeah, there you go. So I hope this helps, and @mention away, and now you know how it works and what's up. Have a good one.